Afternoon, y'all. Shade Tree Joe here. Fixing to go ahead and do a little bit of work on Ethyl. Got a little bit of a picadillo here. That's French for elephant in the room. I'll show you what I got going on. I'll tell you what, doggone sawed-off Frenchman over at Dunlop's and Dipshits, he'll verify that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. All right, so here's the deal. I've got a nice tight steering gear. I've got good suspension components underneath the front. They're all nice and tight like they should be, but I've got this. This shouldn't be here. And I'll show you why. See if I can do this from above, and then I might have to do it from below. Okay, so get around here. All right, you see where the double D shaft here slides into the moose knuckle? That's sloppy. Up here, those universal joints are just a little bit sloppy on the steering column. Okay, so there's my problem. What I need to do is go ahead and pull this loose off of the gearbox down here. Oh, down here. Sorry. There it is, down here. I need to take that bolt loose down there, slide the moose knuckle up onto the double D shaft, and then I can go ahead and tighten things up here a little bit. I'll go ahead and put probably some silicone down in there, take up some of the slack in that, at least dampen it out, and then I gotta go ahead and work on these up here. But I can't remember if the shaft is, if the double D is just so dang on big, double dangle big, because it sticks out up here, that it won't slide any deeper into the moose knuckle. And if the double D won't slide any deeper into the moose knuckle, then we got a problem. Then I gotta go ahead and take the steering column loose from the floor, and that's just a royal pain in the butt, and that'll happen some other day. But for right here, right now, this is what I'm fixing to mess with. All right, so I got Creeper Joe's favorite 13 millimeter socket down on there, so we can go ahead and take that steering coupler loose and slide the double D shaft up on the moose knuckle. Okay, so suitable application of the Orange Handle Force-O-Matic 2000. We got the moose knuckle, the double D shaft off. I got off the steering box anyway. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and take care of that real quick, and then hopefully we'll get things tightened up here pretty soon. Alrighty, so I got the PB&J blaster going ahead and working on this part of the joint right here. Get it off of the shaft, not the double D, not where the double D goes in the moose knuckle, but the steering shaft here. You gotta get this joint off, and it's starting to work just a little bit. So let the PB&J blaster do its thing, and we'll have this out on the ground in a minute. Okay, if you look real carefully, you can see right here the witness mark where the double D shaft right here slides into the moose knuckle, okay? And where that goes ahead and slides in, that's where it should go ahead and seat. And when it does, that's where we get this little bit of wiggle and play in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and stuff a little bit of some goo in the moose knuckle, and I'm gonna go ahead and shorten this double D up just a little bit because it pokes out the other end. And we'll put it all back together again and get it good and snug, so we don't have any of this slack happening while we're going down the road. So I'm not about slack happening while we're driving kind of a guy. And to give you all some reference, this is how deep Mr. Double D shaft just slid in Mr. Moose Knuckle here. Okay, so there's plenty of engagement. That's not the issue. The issue is that we're getting just a little bit of slack happening here and here. And so we're gonna go ahead and get a little goo down inside there to go ahead and absorb some of that slack and take that away, because I don't want the slack, but I don't want it solid, because heaven forbid we have a collision. Mr. Double D can't collapse into Mr. Moose Knuckle anymore. So we're going to fix that, and then I've got this over here marked. That's where it seats. That's where it sticks through too deep, and so we're going to go ahead and cut it off where it sticks through too deep and clean that up just a little bit. Get these guys on there good and tight, and we shouldn't have any more issues. Alrighty, and because I put some of that don't ever come loose Loctite red on. Now I gotta go ahead and make some heat, make them happener. A little bit of mappy gas. Heat this one up so I can go ahead and get it loose, because you know, red Loctite likes heat and impact. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. Heat, not so much impact, because you know, set screws being set screws. All right, so after suitable application of damn right it's gonna happener, I finally got this sucker loose. Yeah, how about that? Hey, there we go. Yeah, my video sucks because I'm trying to do it one-handed with my phone. So anyway, here we go. It's loosened up now. So yeah, we're good and loosened up now. I can go ahead and slide that hot little U-joint off of the double D shaft, and we can trim double D down to size. All right, so after another suitable application of damn right this is going to happen, I went ahead and managed to go ahead and heat up the universal joint, slide it off the double D shaft, and you can see where we're going to go ahead and trim the sucker back to right there. And that still leaves us this much to go ahead and bury into the moose knuckle. Well, friends, I'm here to tell you, if we don't get this steering shaft cut down to size and back in the truck, we could lose the shop. Whoops, too late. Alrighty folks, I had to go ahead and step things up just a little bit because I was getting a little bit pressed for time getting things put back together, but there it is, shits and giggles. It's all nice and cleaned up and painted. Double D shaft is back in the moose knuckle. Got some adhesive down in there to go ahead and hold the thing steady and absorb shock, but at the same point, if I got to take it back apart, I can. So anyway, that's it. It's fixed and should have no more sloppy steering wheel.